Hey, Tej here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for top 4 in crypto markets and see what has happened in the previous week and what our expectations are for the next week ahead. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott wave theory and provide multiple scenarios price may take and explain why I prefer one counter over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Today we are going to be covering Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin and XRP. XRP has taken out ADA in the top 4 crypto market cap, so that's why I'm not covering ADA this week. So let's start with Bitcoin and go through the overall structure first. So here we would have this as an ABC starting from again the June 18th lows and around that 17.5k area to the highs of 25k area for this last pump here. Now we had these divergence happening all the way from these highs, so we definitely were expecting some kind of dump, and dump we did get. Now the other option here was that we had this as a WXY into W and then 3 ways into X, and then again looking for 3-way structure into this wave Y. Again 3-wave expectations for the wave Y, because again this is higher time frame WXY, combining 2 different structures together, where this X wave here or this structure here is the connector linking up these 2 wave structures together. At the moment we would be around the golden pocket looking for long setups here, as long as we see this structure here to be around finished. We are getting divergence between these structures here, so this definitely has the potential of being 5-way structure in here. Definitely looks pretty good as a 5-way structure. This last leg is just the question mark at the moment. So let's dive into that structure in there. What can we see? So I'm just going to be showing you one scenario here that I prefer in this lower time frame on 30 minutes, as this did especially happen in the previous week, so we will focus on this as well. I've labeled this as a wave 1, 2, another 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 into that third of minuscule in wave in blue. Then we would have WXY into wave 4 right around the 38.2. We did not hit it, but it is fine as is. Then we would have this as a wave 1, 2 and then 3. Either we are completed wave 4 here with very small wave 4 retracement, as we did get some divergences here, or this was indeed some kind of smaller time frame wave 4, and this wave 5 would be indeed here. There is a 5-wave structure here, so that's why I wanted to place this last leg here of this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 in here instead. It is also still possible that we are creating an expanded flat here. However, this current structure does not really seem to be complying with that too much. It is still possible that we are going to be creating some kind of diagonal here into a wave 1, then looking for a pullback to wave 2, 3, 4, 5, getting to that previous wave 4 area that I had labeled in here. So that would be the best thing I would see. Now, how would we measure this out? Is just by doing something like this. And generally we don't really want to see the 1.618 crossed here, even for expanding diagonals. So that's why I don't really like this whole thing here. Is it possible that this is going to be a running flat? For sure. And this structure here can still do that. Of course, running flats are more rare than the normal expanded flats, so that is something to keep in mind still. But yeah, that is the Bitcoin expectation around. If we are creating some kind of low here, I would be looking for long setups from here on out to create either that B wave that I was talking about or something else. Definitely looking for long setups there. Then we had Ethereum, in which let's go through the overall structure again. Close those. So overall we had 2 different ideas. One was saying that we had an ABC into W, 3-way pullback into X, and then another ABC into wave Y. This is the bearish scenario in which we would be looking for some kind of 3-way pullback can definitely be taking longer, as this is definitely looking sideways, doing something like that, and then having this as another three-way pullback up higher, or if it goes closer and closer to the invalidation here of that bull count, then we could be looking at an expanded flat or any flat pattern. The bullish scenario is still this one, in which we would have this as an 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 into an A wave or a wave 1. Now I don't have the wave 1 labeled here, but it is still possible. However, I don't really prefer that because I don't see that as a very strong possibility in Bitcoin, so that's why I'm not really liking that to be labeled as wave 1. Currently, I'm still looking for this to be a wave B here, the same structure basically as for the bear count, where this would be an A, B and then C, depending of course how these retracements are and where we can expect the wave B to go. But at the moment there is a few different areas to look for, especially if we are just looking at this retracement here. Golden pocket would be definitely one area to look out for, would be around $1,300, and if we are looking at and assuming that we are done here at this very moment, we would be looking at some kind of extension levels like so. 1-to-1 would be around $1,200 as well, so which matches the golden pocket here pretty well. Is a bit downwards, bit more, but yeah, is not that far off from the golden pocket, so there are some kind of confluence around that area. But again, there is much more structure to come before that is happening, so that's why I haven't even considered that as of yet. But yeah, those are the higher time frame in ETH. Let's take a look at this local structure that has formed since the tops here. In here, I just got one scenario. In this one, we have this as a wave 1, 2, 3, and then this would be a wave 4. Wave 4 is very deep though. We have to acknowledge that it is around 0.5. However, the wave 3 extensions here, we can see that they are very close to the 2.618. They're well beyond the 2.236 extension, which definitely means that this is very much likely to be a 5-way move. And indeed, we did get those divergences happening in this third waves. And then we are getting these divergences on a higher time frame against the possible fifth to come here around these areas. Now, I had one area of interest here labeled or prepared already, but we have already hit that. And I'm not quite sure if this wave 4 is already done. It is possible that we have the same structure that we had on Bitcoin, and this would be done here, and this would be ending here. However, again, if we are looking at the price here, since the current lows, we can see that it is very overlapping. So it is more common to see this overlap within a corrective structures, or again, of course, it can be a diagonal. If we are making some sensible structures here, we could be looking for that diagonal to happen. But again, my preference is that wave 4 is not yet in, and either we are creating that very similar structure that we were creating on Bitcoin, or the wave 3 is actually done here, and we would be looking at this to be first, second and third wave structure back into that extension targets that we were looking here. Now, if we are checking this, just make sure that this is not gone to the 1.618. Yeah, it did not hit it. So this is still possible to have as an expanded flat here. It has retraced way more than Bitcoin had. So this is definitely having the possibility of having a bit better looking structure overall. However, again, if we see the 1.618 here of this move, we can see that it is not anywhere close to the 0.382. So it is definitely possible that we are going to be creating a larger structure here, something like this, if we want to be pushing up higher into these areas. Otherwise, I don't see this structure doing anything like that. But yeah, that is the expectation. I'm still looking for possible one more low on ETH as well. Now, the two interesting ones here are Binance Coin and XRP, because those are a bit different. Let's start with the Binance Coin or BNB. and close that. We had a few different ideas here. The bear main count was saying that we had this as a W, X, and Y, getting to one-to-one extension of this W, X, Y here, and pretty close to the same extension targets here for the, yeah, pretty nicely. One-to-one extension as well for this W, X, Y. So it is looking very, very nice. The bullish count is a bit falling apart. I haven't considered this too much, as we have taken out the previous low RSI here. So yeah, it doesn't really look too good to me. Yeah, there is of course a possibility because we have extended quite far up higher. If we are considering this to be a 1-2, the third wave should be around here. I feel like this would only be the third wave. However, how are we going to get there? I'm not quite sure. So that's why I haven't really updated that count at all. So my main count is this bearish count. Now, since the current highs that we had in place, we have a few different ideas. This is not the main count, but I still have this labeled as it is still possible. As a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, first thing, what I don't like about this count is the truncation here on the 5th of 3rd. Generally, these definitely have the high or have some kind of extension here, but not a truncation. This is very uncommon for me. So I don't really like this count. I have to say that out loud. The other option or other reason why I don't like this is because wave 4 would be getting to the golden pocket, which it would be very, very, very strange. Generally, if it goes beyond the 0.5, it is no longer considered as an impulse wave structure. However, it is not invalidated here. So I feel like I have to be keeping this around, and this is the structure we are expecting in other higher market cap coins like the Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is the structure that we have in there. So just a comparison how much more, how much stranger looking this is in this scenario. Now we see that this whole structure did extend beyond the 1.618 here. So that was another reason why we were looking into this possibility last time, and it still is possible, but to me it is a bit weird. Now this structure here I have labeled as an A, B and C. However, we are going to have that same truncation here, but again this would be C instead of third. So this would be indeed a W wave, and then we would be looking for a three-way structure here into wave Y. We did get to the 0.618 here, again barely. 0.5 retracement of this move for the X wave looks pretty good, and then we would be looking for wave Y. Now this structure here definitely looks impulsive to the downside. Whether it is done or not, I'm not quite sure. This definitely can be still the wave 4 that we would be looking at on the other coins, and wave 4 would not be in, so this would be creating something like this. However, we are already having this divergence here. This divergence of course can form in expanded flats where the B wave here does not take out the lows here on RSI. That is very common on expanded flats, so that is something that we could be expecting here. Now if we are comparing this structure over to ETH, where we had almost taken out these previous highs, this is definitely looking very weak in comparison. So I'm not quite sure if this is just going to be making something like this and then continuation for this last leg here to get that higher time frame divergence in play again, just to get that last leg in. And in this case, it wouldn't be the last leg. We would be indeed looking for this A wave, then B wave, and then again another 5-way structure for this wave Y. Oh, sorry, wave C to complete the wave Y. Do something like that. But yeah, Binance Coin is a bit different looking than the other cryptos that I had previously shown you. XRP, let's take a look at that as well. We had two different ideas, higher time frame. Let's go through them as well. So this was the bullish case in which we were looking at this possibility of having this as the primary wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into primary wave 1, then W, X and wave Y into wave 2. And since then we would be looking for some kind of continuation upwards. The other case, the bearish case, was that this wave 2 is not done yet, and this whole structure here would be a part of larger correction, like so, and most likely taking out these lows here, and this here would be just a continuation or just a subwave structure of this wave Y, in which we would be doing something like this, just to take out this low here. Okay, so those are the options on very high time frame. Let's dive into the bullish option first. Maybe this one, yeah. So let me hide this scribble out here for now. Let's close out that as well. So the bullish option is wonky looking. I have to say that I don't prefer this. Again, like many other cryptos, there is a possibility for bullish structure in here, but it is very bad looking overall. In this one, I would have to have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave 1 or A wave, then 3-way pullback into wave 2 or B. Then this next structure would have to be another wave 1. I can't really have this structure as a 5-way structure, although I guess we could be having, maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it doesn't have the right look, so I don't like that at all. So wave 1 would be here, then A, B, and then this would be somehow a C wave or a 3-way structure, and this whole structure would be a WXY. But again, if we are comparing this structure size to the higher degree wave 2 here, we can see that this is very unlikely. It doesn't have the right proportions. Even compared to this wave 1 here, this structure here is going to be way larger and making it so much less likely that I don't like it. That is all we need to know. The bearish scenario in this one, we would be looking this as, instead of a 5-way move, a 3-way move, which fits way better here. This would be an ABC into W, then again ABC into X, a WXY into wave Y. Now, there is possibility having this as a 5, 3, 5 or ABC as well, whichever fits your ideology or labeling system better. The point is that this is a 3-way move here. Since then, we have a couple of different options. Now, let's start with this wave 1 structure in purple. So this is a possible where we have a wave 1, 2, another 1, 2. So a structure where we have 1, 2, 1, 2 set up, and then we would be looking way down lower for a very much more down pressure. Now, why I don't like this is because this structure in here, this wave 1 of lower degree, this micro pink basically, is larger than the higher time frame structure. It is not making it invalid or anything, but it is just making it less likely because it is a smaller wave structure, and generally it shouldn't be larger than the larger wave structure or higher wave degree structure here. So that's why I don't prefer that. The other option here is having this instead of wave 1, it would be a wave A. 5 waves in A, 3 waves in B, some kind of complex structure in B, very common, and then we would have a 5-way structure here into the C wave. This would complete as a wave W, and then either we would be having this as a 3-way structure like so into that wave X, or this would be some kind of 3-way structure like so, in which we would have one more pump to come here for the X wave. I'm not quite sure which one I prefer, because if we are looking this as the X wave completion in here, this is very small in time, and I'm not quite sure if I like that. Also, of course, it is possible that this would be just the first leg of something, first leg of this X, then we would have this and then this, and this would be whole structure as a first leg of this X wave. Because if we are looking at the time element here, comparing this X wave here, we can see that we're not even close to the 38.2. So that's why I'm thinking that, okay, that this X wave is not done yet, and we definitely need to be having one more high here before continuation downwards. But yeah, that is just the timelines, and it is the least important in my opinion in Elliott wave. However, again, those minimum parameters are often the ones that I'm at least looking at. What else did we have here? I think that's the basic idea, is that we have this as a three-way structure, looking for a partner leg here, a connector wave structure, and then looking for higher price. And that is something that I'm in many other structures or many other altcoins as well, looking at the very same structure. We can be loading into those alts on this wave Y here when we have created this structure here. And then we would be getting some kind of rally. In Bitcoin, that rally I feel like should be the 30k rally into that 30k area, and then we would be looking for new lows again. So I feel like that could be the area to exit at least some of the portions on altcoins. Take out profits and set some stop losses where you want. But I think that is enough of altcoins today. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.